sights. Now, in high definition. Live, local, late breaking. This is KOLD News 13 Live.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Right now, we begin with some team coverage on two late-breaking stories.
First, Morgan Kirkland is in Cochise County following the latest on a deadly crash involving a sheriff's office helicopter.
And the other big story, of course, snow. Some of you are waking up, seeing it on the grass outside your homes. The streets, roads kind of slick right now. It started coming down last night during New Year's Eve celebrations downtown.
Yeah, Kevin Adger is taking a closer look at what you need to know to stay safe during this winter storm warning that is in effect until 11 a.m. today. First, let's go ahead and check in with our first alert meteorologist, Dan, run us on what's happening right now. You're talking very cold temperatures as we move through the next couple of days.
Oh, yeah, that cold air is going to move in this afternoon. Yesterday, if you remember, we started off the day into the 50s, but then that front moved through. It dropped our temperature into the lower 40s. We're going to be struggling to beat temperature yesterday. Today's going to be awfully cold because of that rain that moved through and that front with it. Take a look at some of those numbers. Some pretty impressive totals, especially on the east side and the northwest side of town. Even at the airport, half an inch of rainfall. That ended 2014, so we ended the year with more rain than last year in 2013, but still below average. We saw about 10 inches of rainfall last year. Temperatures right now cold, 25 Sonoyta, 29 Sierra Vista. That is bad news. That rain on the ground, those slick roads, they are starting to freeze over. Road conditions are starting to turn for the worse this morning out in Cochise and Santa Cruz County because of some ice. Right now, Tucson, we are just above freezing, but we are much colder than this time yesterday. 22 degrees colder, Nogales and Sonoyta compared to this time yesterday. Take a look at this. Some cold air moving in behind that low. We are going to see some cold air over the next couple days because look at those temperatures to our north. Single digits, Grand Junction, Salt Lake, Denver, and Elko. Reno only at 12. That cold air is moving in. Highs today only in the 40s. We're going to send it up to Kevin, who's live in Oro Valley. He's taking a look at some snow and how you can keep yourself safe during this cold weather.
Hey, good morning, Dan. Yeah, actually, there's a little bit of snow, so I can make a little bit of a snowball right there. But it is melting pretty fast because the ground is warm. We're here just east of Oracle and McGee at the Pima Canyon trailhead. And you can see the cacti behind me and some of the trees covered with snow. And, you know, with the temperatures getting down lower than normal, residents are going to try to find ways to heat their home. The U.S. Fire Administration says many of the home fires that occur happen during this time of the year. They say most of those fires are caused by space heaters, fireplaces, and wood stoves. If you are using one of those items to heat your home, one thing you should have is a carbon monoxide detector. Firefighters say they have seen residents heat home with ovens, barbecue grills, and even open flames from a gas stove top.
There's no good outcome to heating your home with something other than something that's supposed to be used, such as central heating, a space heater if used appropriately and shut off before you go to bed.
So the key here is to have a carbon monoxide detector. Also have a smoke detector in your home to protect yourself. Live from Oro Valley, Kevin Adger, KOLD News 13, live local, late breaking.
Well, we want to see your snow pictures. Some of you have already sent in some pretty cool ones so far. Send us your pictures through our See It, Snap It, Send It page on TucsonNewsNow.com. Just look for the page link when you hover over the Home tab.
And right now is a good time to make sure that you do have our mobile weather app. You can get weather updates and alerts sent straight to your phone. All you have to do is head to your app store and type in Tucson News Now. And first, I want to remind you yet again to be careful while out on the roads this morning. Authorities are responding to a couple of different crashes, including a rollover at I-10 and Craycroft. Here is video of the scene. It is down to one lane right now. Officials are moving people off eastbound I-10 so that trucks can come in and salt those roadways. The injuries in the crash are non-life threatening. Also this morning, we have learned that I-19 is closed south of Tucson from Sarita Road to the Duval Mine Road because of those icy conditions. Carissa?
Yeah, back to this other late-breaking news out of Cochise County. Here's what we know so far, that 2 people have died in a helicopter crash. This was involving a law enforcement air unit. A search and rescue team found the crash site just south of Interstate 10 outside of Benson, and that's where we're finding Morgan Kirkland. She's right there now, joins us live with a look at what happened. Morgan, what can you tell us now?
So I'm here in Cochise County near Benson, just off the I-10. As you all can see behind me, this is the I-10 going westbound. So right now, this is kind of the general area of where this helicopter crashed last night. NTS officials, they are on their way over to this crash site. And right now, local law enforcement, they have kind of barricaded an area around this site off to investigate. So take a look at your screen right now. This is a similar helicopter to the one that crashed last night. So officials say Cochise Air was flying in from the Phoenix area to the Sierra Vista Airport for routine maintenance. Around 7 o'clock last night, that helicopter lost communications, and that's when Cochise County Sheriff's Office started its search and rescue. About 2 hours later at 9:20 p.m., officials found the helicopter after reportedly tracing the pilot's cell phone to the crash site. A pilot and a mechanic were the only two on board. They both did not live. Officials have not yet released their names, but last night we did speak to the Cochise County Sheriff's Office spokesperson. Take a listen.
We do know the pilot, and we are not able to go into any detail. They're still working on notification of family members, and as soon as we get something taken care of with that, we'll know more.
Again, NTSB is on their way out here to investigate. Still no word yet on what may have led to this crash. And at 5 o'clock tonight, we're going to be getting a little bit more information during a press conference that's scheduled then. Reporting near Benson, Morgan Kirkland, KOLD News 13, live, local, late breaking.
And I can tell you now a little bit about the history of Cochise Air. This is a picture that Morgan was just showing us. This Cochise County Sheriff's Office got this air unit that you're seeing here back in May. Here's a look at that chopper. And the one that crashed last night was a replacement for this helicopter you're seeing here. It carries 6 passengers and a pilot. Now, because just months after the agency got Cochise Air back in September, the chopper had to make a hard landing just outside of Tombstone. Crews were apparently out checking on a controlled burn in the area, and the helicopter lost its tail rotor in that accident.
And a lawsuit that could take away Medicaid health coverage for thousands of people in our state now moving forward. The ruling from the Arizona Supreme Court states Republican lawmakers can sue over a fee that hospitals pay to help fund Governor Jan Brewer's Medicaid expansion under the Affordable Care Act. The Republicans argue it was illegal for the governor to require that fee. And you might remember the governor went against her own party when she expanded Medicaid. The case now returns to a Maricopa County judge to decide the outcome of this case. More than 260,000 Arizonans were able to get health insurance through Medicaid in the first year of that Affordable Care Act. And the governor disappointed with this ruling. In a statement that was released yesterday, she says, quote, "This battle is not over. I stand with the great majority of Arizonans in defending this necessary and crucial policy, safeguarding our rural and safety net hospitals and protecting our state budget." She also says this ruling will open a Pandora's box for more baseless, politically charged lawsuits. Arizona's minimum wage is headed higher this year. It will rise 15 cents to $8.05 an hour beginning today. The change will make Arizona's minimum wage 80 cents higher than the federal minimum. And over a year, someone working 40 hours a week for $8.05 an hour would make close to $17,000. 13 other states are adjusting the minimum wage, just like Arizona, and 10 other states have opted to raise their minimums this year as well.
Well, you're waking up to some snow on the ground here in Tucson. Rare event. Cold temperatures moved in with that system. There's a live look right now outside. KVOI camera on the south side. Things 34 degrees, just above freezing, but we are starting to see some reports of some ice on the roads even here in town. I'll have a full report on your weather coming up after the break.